Give us a moment. We worked through some technical difficulties.
Oh, wait, blurry.
Hold
on.
Hey.
It's
working.
Hey, I'm here. I made it.
Dude, awesome. Good to have you here, man.
All right, let me see if I can get Marco sound. Marco, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, but I can't hear you.
Oh. That is interesting.
Let me see what I'm messing up. Got the sound going.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to try to be as techie as I can and figure out why it is. I can see your pretty face, but I can't hear your beautiful voice.
All right. Let me figure things out.
Can anyone else hear Marco and myself? If you guys can just leave a comment and say, I hear you and I see you. Ooh, everyone's being silent right now.
Oh.
Everyone's doing the hide and seek game of like, you don't know where I am. All right, so Ning Studio, you say thumbs up as in you can hear and see. Okay, so Carmel, you say that you can hear. Can you hear both Marco and myself, or just one of us? Marco, say something and see if we can both be heard, please.
Can you guys hear me? Hello?
For some odd reason, I cannot hear what Marco's saying. Perhaps he's playing the game of read my lips.
Maybe I'm not saying anything. Ooh.
I can hear stuff. Oh, both of you. Okay, so then it's me. All right, I'm going to try to geek it out and see what it is I'm messing up over here.
Okay, so just to give you guys a... Oh.
I hear something.
Okay, can you hear me?
All right, I'm gonna take off my Bluetooth stuff and just see what's going on over here. All right, can you guys hear me? All right, I'm gonna see if I can hear Marco properly as well. I've got my volume set up. Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go old school, no fancy earphones, just straight up my phone and myself in my room. All right, I think we're ready for action. So, Marco, how are you today?
I'm doing good, yeah. Just still in my pajamas.
Yeah. No, shh. No one knows if we're in our pajamas. That's the trick of the trade. When you're at home, you pretend you're a professional, and you're always like from neck up, all professional. Neck down, who cares, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. This morning I was having like a work call. And I was like wearing my pajamas.
Yeah, that's the best
feeling.
Totally didn't notice. Yeah, that's the game now, man. That's why like whoever's doing online learning and stuff with your schools, I highly recommend you don't wear a uniform, but just wear a tie. And then like everyone will think like, oh, this guy really wants to learn. You're like, yes, I really like studying.
Yeah, I wonder like if kids these days are just like wearing pajamas all day.
Well, it's important that at least they wear something. So that's what I highly recommend. I would. I mean, it's cold. It's cold as well, so I do recommend staying warm with whatever methods, whether it's a uniform or pajamas, or a tracksuit or a blanket. Yeah, all those can work really.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe
Hugo says, all right, go for it. Marco, you start this thing properly, and we'll get into the comments and everything.
All right, so I'm Marco, working in College Support Group. Today we'll just be chilling with you guys. We'll just be talking about what's going on. And we'll just be having fun. If you have any questions, or comments, just post them in the chat. Vivek and I will do our best to answer them. But in the meantime, we'll just have fun and just talk about stuff. Does that on to you.
I'm getting a little technical hint from my friends saying that we can hear Marco twice because I'm not using my earphones. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try one more attempt. In case we have any earphone companies who are watching us now, feel free to sponsor us. We accept earphones. We accept headphones. We accept anything basically that you're willing to give us for free, and we don't have to do anything back for you guys other than use them. All right, I'm going to try one more time so that this way I don't end up...
Oh, let's give him a second. He figures things out. So yeah, how's your days been? Oh, I think something's going on.
I hear Marco properly. This is so strange. Everyone can hear me, but I can't hear Marco anymore. Oh, Hugo's giving me Taobao earphones seems legit. Okay. Very smart move over there, Hugo. I will accept it as long as you're willing to order them for me.
Oh, tell us about your day, Marco.
All right, give me one more second. Something is definitely...
Okay. All right. So in the meantime, I'll just talk about what's been going on today. Just woke up like at 9, which is like, I guess the usual hour of like what's going on today. And yeah, just like made some little breakfast, cooked some udon. After that, did some work, went down, grabbed some quick Thai food. Like, I think recently I've been going to like the same I don't know if you guys are like bored about it, but like I just love eating like the same food over and over again. But maybe you guys try something different. But if you have any recommendations, like just feel free to drop in. I live in Kennedy Town, so like if you know any like great places to eat or like takeaway, I guess, feel free to comment. Yeah. So yeah, that's been basically what's been going on today. Yeah, I guess there's like, I've been thinking about, what's been going on with the virus and everything. And yeah, I think I've noticed like some weird stuff. It's like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like my house is suddenly like, there's like more. I think otherwise, yeah, what's been going on with the virus? There's been tons of different stuff. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Yes. Okay, so maybe I can just show you a little bit about like my home, since I feel like, I think Vivek is sending me a request. Yeah, so, Rachel, yes. So Vivek, can you hear me?
All right. Okay, I'm going back to the old school way. Can't hear nothing. And some fun way. All right, guys. If at first you don't succeed, try again. But then if after 4 attempts it doesn't work, I think it's that time that you just go to old school and use your normal phone. Okay. Having said that, I'm putting my stuff down. I'm putting my earbuds down. I can't hear Marco again.
Hello.
There we go. Yes. I am here. So if you hear Marco twice, the key over here is buy one, get one free when it comes to Marco. And for me, it's buy one, get one only. So I'm really sorry about the technical problems. I know everyone's thinking, like, how is this guy bad at IT? But apparently, because I don't have the Taobao earphones that I was suggested, therefore, I have to use my phone and camera directly. So, Marco, my apologies again. I am 100% focused now and in tune with this live chat that we're on.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right.
Have you done the introduction and everything, and then we can go straight into the silly topics we'll be discussing?
Yeah, I have. We can just dive right in.
Okay, cool. Because like just before I quit and tried to play with my earphones, I heard you were talking about how you like steak.
Oh yeah. So, one of the users recommended this awesome steak place.
Yeah. I think I read like BLT, right?
Yeah, BLT. I think that's like in TST.
Oh yeah, I think near the seafront side, and you can like look at the ocean while you eat your burger and stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's the Now, that's something I guess nowadays you're not really sure if you can be doing that with the whole face mask and everything. It's really hard to eat a BLT burger in front of the ocean and you have your face mask on. I mean, after all that grease and everything, you know, the last thing you want to have is like packets of grease on your face mask.
Hey, maybe that's like
more protective. You know what? I think it's time to call in some scientists to this chat. And if we've discovered like the way to deal with like a face mask and prevent any of this virus, I would like to request the virus name to be changed to like Corona Vivek. So
have you ever wondered why?
It's like Corona? Yeah, I know. I mean, honestly, there must be a whole big story behind it. Why some guy did, like, you know, like how when people get surprised and they're drinking a glass of water and go like that? Probably the scientist who had to name it, he was like, this virus is doing this, and he's like, what? Don't interrupt me with my corona. The guy's like, okay, corona, I will take that. And what else? It's a virus? Yeah, sure, okay, great. Let's make that what it's going to be called, you know? Yeah. Well, on the brighter side, at least it's kind of, the good thing is now it's still kind of cold and wintry in Hong Kong, so when you're kind of stuck at home, it's not too bad because you have the blankets and everything that you can hide under.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and a little known fact, a blanket could be a full body face mask, so it's like a double usage.
So you can wear the blanket,
going out. Well, true. Although people might think like Halloween's not in February, but okay, we'll accept whatever you do. You know. It's better safe than sorry. So what have you been up to like when you locked yourself up in your house or trying to so-called stay isolated?
I've just been working at home. But like recently, I've been going through some toilet paper shortages. So like at one point, I was so scared. I would run out of toilet paper. And I was like thinking okay, how do I resolve it? Do I go to like malls or use like public bathrooms from now on?
You see, you went the very healthy route of like, I need to go to the toilet. Let me figure out how to get toilet rolls. What I did was, how can I minimize the fiber in my diet? And so that way I'm constipated for multiple days, and that way I one go, right? It's all about the volume limitation. Yeah. So that was another very cool adventure of like, so I cannot eat vegetables. Please put away the broccoli, right? I have to eat the chips, and I cannot touch that glass of water, right? So I'm curious, anybody in the comments, what have you guys been doing with the toilet paper issue? I mean, has anybody suddenly now realized that their house is really, really rich? Or has anybody kind of realized that the stuff you're putting in your wallet doesn't really have good absorbency, so it's time to change? That packet of Tempo probably has more value than your bank account nowadays.
I think some guy said a bra could be you. Something could be you.
Okay, wait, he's referring a bra as in like toilet?
As used as toilet paper. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, Rachel said she bought it on. She got it online. Oh, smart. So you made the delivery guy come and deliver you your toilet. Now that is classy. That's kind of like when you're in a hotel and you call on the phone. You're like, yes, room service. Would you like to order some food from the menu? Yes. I'll have the toilet paper for 2, please. Right, and then they bring it over. Like, sir, you ordered. There's a fork and spoon with it. You're like, okay, just leave it at my door, please. Thank you very much.
Dude, I wonder if people are going to hotels these days and just asking for tons of toilet paper. But you just stay one night, right?
Yeah.
And then you ask for 20 rolls.
That's the funny thing. What I did check, which hasn't happened, is when you normally go to, let's say, some websites to book your hotels, and they say there's iron, there's Wi-Fi, there's a TV screen, there's a bathtub. None of them specify the quantity or availability of toilet paper. So that I think Airbnb and Agoda.com might have to work on, because that is a deal breaker nowadays. If you know you're gonna go there and you can go on the internet, but you don't have toilet paper, it's kind of useless. You can go on the internet and try to order the paper, but it's highly unlikely it's gonna get delivered before you have to check out the next day from the hotel.
That's
so
right.
That's right. Yeah. I'm actually more curious. Like, so anybody in the comments, like, what currently is your biggest challenge of trying to resource manage? I mean, nobody would have thought of like a month ago that all of a sudden we're counting the number of squares you were using on the toilet paper roll. You know, everyone's going to be thinking like, oh, this guy, oh my God, double layered. Oh, look at you, you know. No one thought of that. So what have you been trying to conserve? I mean, face masks, I'm sure a lot of people have been doing. But anybody else is trying to conserve stuff or predict what could be that we might run short of? Someone the other day told me oil. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird because, you know, I mean, let's be honest, especially youngsters, the amount of oil we secrete from our glands on our faces, we'll be just fine.
I think someone mentioned about can't rob a supermarket.
Oh, yeah. Go rob a supermarket. See, now that's been done. That's just copying now. The whole robbing for toilet paper thing, that's like so passe, you know, that's like so yesterday.
Yeah.
Right? We gotta get creative with this stuff.
Honestly, I feel like this toilet paper thing has like revealed a new. I feel like it can show like a lot of class divide, right?
Yeah.
Like if you use like triple ply like toilet paper, that shows that you're rich.
True.
Yeah.
That shows you are at a different level in life. Basically, you've come to the point of comfort. You know, like normally people use that stuff for, you know, face or, you know, for, let's say, eating, so it absorbs more oil. Here you're like, no. I like to be comfortable all the time. Right? And it's very true. Like, nowadays, you know, like, before people would walk around the streets with their Gucci bags, you know, or, you know, like that fancy phone and stuff. Now, someone's going to, probably just on a Saturday night, just walk around town in high heels and everything and just, like, drag along toilet paper rolls and go like, oh, yes, it is 4-ply. I know. 4. Right? And then people are like, wow, look at that guy. I mean, like, you know, like how on the streets you would turn and notice like a big Rolls Royce or a fancy pink color car. Yeah. This is literally going to walk by like 5-ply. Whoa. Right? That kind of a deal. So I'm guessing like you and myself, the toilet roll was the biggest issue for us. But I saw just now someone else said food, right? So noodles and canned foods was also something they were worried about. So Marco, what's your diet nowadays? Like, what are you eating?
Just a lot of spaghetti.
Because
I'm like a huge spaghetti guy.
Oh yeah.
And like you don't actually need a lot of ingredients.
Yeah.
To make spaghetti. Just add spaghetti and like olive oil.
Yeah, and some water, I suppose, to soften it up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my go-to thing is to just be cereal, because you can't go wrong with that. It's literally just put it into a container. That's usually a bowl shape. All right, so HKUICF, so let me explain to you why why I am not using earphones. Let me explain to you. So I have these, not to bust them, but like these so-called supposedly fancy brandy words. For some reason, I had them on, and I was trying to talk to Marco. If I'm just watching Marco on his own, I can hear him, everything's great. The moment I connect to Marco and basically try to talk to him, he can hear me, I can see him, but I can't hear him. So the issue was, do you want to hear Marco twice, or do I want to hear him none? And hence the reason why we're in the status where Marco gets to say everything twice as much as I do. So someone said they haven't had pizza in the whole year. Marco, when was the last time you had pizza?
Oh, I think it might have been last week.
Last week?
Yeah. So I was really treating myself.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, it was like a break from stuck at home. Some of my friends and I would just like snuck out and then just had some pizza.
You snuck out. Look at you. You're like, I bet you nowadays sneaking out isn't a matter of like, oh, I'm going to go out at 3 a.m. Now it's like, I'm going to go out without a mask. Right?
What a daredevil.
So you guys went out and got some pizza and stuff.
Yeah, we had some pizza.
Oh, nice.
What about you?
That's very
What about
good.
you?
What about you? I'm trying to think. Pizza. Probably 3 weeks ago at a restaurant, I remember having a really, really big pizza. I think it was just plain cheese pizza. Cause like, yeah, I think that was it. Probably like 2 weeks ago. Cause I don't go out to eat too much nowadays anyway. But like, I believe that time was 2 weeks ago. I'm not a big like diehard fan of pizza. But it's like, if nothing good is on the menu, then usually pizza is a safety food that I'm a kid. You can't go that bad with pizza. Because, I mean, the worst you do is just scoop the food on top and ignore the base crust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Although, one time I did have vegan pizza. Yeah. I feel like... Yes. Yeah. It wasn't the best pizza. Yeah. I feel like they could have done that a lot better. They could have done that a lot better.
You mean it was like vegan cheese, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were just like, okay, you know what we're going to do? Because we want to cut our costs and we want to save on cheese. We're going to put only the tomato sauce on it. And just to blow people's minds away, it's going to be vegan pizza. It's like, oh, smart way. No pepperoni, no tomato, no nothing, just the sauce. And we're going to charge them way higher. Why? Because it's vegan, right? Ooh, Thousand Island sauce on pizza. Nah, that's a good discussion. So, okay. So, Marco, are you pro or against Thousand Island sauce on pizza? I'm actually half and half.
Oh, no. I'm like really against. Like, you can tell by my name, Marco. I'm like really like into Italian. And like I need like the OG pizza.
Oh, okay. The proper, legit, like the proper, like, okay, let's not mess around with all this fancy creativity. This is how it's done. This is how we do it.
Exactly.
Okay, so Hugo Shan thought that I'm a vegan. No, I'm not. I'm not a vegan. I eat a lot of different stuff. I have cut down a lot on my meats nowadays. A, I guess just general habit. B, let's save the planet. And C, because like, you know, I mean, let's just be honest, you know, bird flu, all the stuff has all been meat. So I've cut that down, but not a vegan. So if you do decide you want to both sponsor me new earphones and you'd like to sponsor me with a slice of pizza, I will take both. So that will work for me as well. Bubble tea pizza. Ooh, hey, have you guys, bubble tea? Yeah, Nanki, you said bubble tea pizza, right? So I read somewhere Pizza Hut has bubble tea pizza now.
No way.
Yeah, seriously, I saw an ad for it. So let's take a step back and let's wonder, how did one conclude to get to bubble tea pizza? Okay, so I'm guessing some guy tripped, fell, spilled some bubble tea on a pizza. The manager walked in and was like, uh-oh, we are in trouble. The clients are going to get very upset. We're going to lose our ratings on open rice and everything. And the guy was like, no, this is the new pizza. And the manager's like, you have been promoted.
Okay.
Right?
My version of the story would be some guy got really drunk.
Yes.
Came at work.
Yes.
And then like he needed like bubble tea, right? To wake himself up.
Oh, okay.
And then he mistook the olives, the olives.
The black olives.
And then like he just put bubble, the boba.
Oh.
On the pizza.
I see.
And then he was like, take this.
So, Hugo Chan says, in popular fact, pineapple does go on pizza. Okay, so that's another argument. But I'll tell you one thing, though. Bubble tea pizza, vegan. Right? Little known fact, a lot of people miss that part of it. So that's another debate, right? So, okay, guys. I want everyone in the comments to say, are you pro or against pineapples on pizza? I have to admit, I kind of like pineapples on pizza. So everyone else, leave your comments. Marco, you can also chime in about that. Pineapples on pizza.
I think at heart I'm like a purist.
Yeah.
Like I like the idea, but I know you can't find it in Italy, so I'm like
Okay, so we got Marco along with HKUICF and also Kianto also saying no starry. clearly has better taste in life and saying yes. Carmel says pro, Hugo Chan says pro, Rachel says pro, Nanki also says yeah. So right now we're like, I think like 7-3 about the pineapple thing. Vian also says yes, big fan of pineapple. Pineapple pizza is great. Okay, all right, we are in trouble. Clearly, if any Italians came to Hong Kong, they would probably just cry.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've kind of like resolved that. So now we all know that if you do order pineapple pizza in Hong Kong, chances are people may not want to destroy you.
Mm-hmm.
But I do understand. I have a lot of friends who are like, "This is just not right. You just no, I cannot accept this. This is ridiculous."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think it just offends a lot of people. I think it just offends a lot of people.
Yeah, I can totally understand that. I can imagine it. You know, it's kind of like saying using chopsticks to eat curry. It's like you could, but I mean, like, why? Right? But you can't stop anyone from doing it. Like, why would you do that? Like, just eat. Ooh, fruit should not be warm. Oh, look at you.
Controversy.
Okay, the challenger has come in. Yeah, okay, so now we have this debate. Okay, so we've got the pineapple on pizza debate. We've got the bubble tea / versus olives on pizza. So right now, I think in general, okay, I heard it was made in Canada by a Chinese chef. Oh, Nanki? Really, Nanki? Where did you hear that? I bet you it's the salesperson at a pizza shop is like, oh, this is this is very special fusion. So yes, pineapple fried rice, and some Thai food. Okay, Hugo Chan, all right, cool. Thoughts on Chicago pizza? Ooh, Chicago pizza. So the deep dish one, right?
I've never tried it.
Talking about.
I've never tried it. Have you tried it?
Yeah. Have you tried it? I've never tried official Chicago deep dish pizza in that sense. Or maybe I have without realizing, but I don't think I've officially tried that.
Did it have that in Hong Kong?
Did it have that in Hong Kong? I guess maybe not the authentic version. It's kind of like saying, like when you go somewhere and they have noodles, you're like, well, that's not really noodles in the soup. You're kind of cheating, but you're trying to do it, but it's not really right. So I'm guessing they don't in Hong Kong. Not that I've noticed anyone specifying that it's like Chicago deep dish pizza kind of deal. So let's take a moment to realize at this point in our lives, let's just remember, so today is in fact the 19th of February. On Wednesday, we are all joining forces together at 4:35 p.m. Hong Kong time to discuss pizza. May we all, on the record, let all the teachers in the world know that this is the education that Hong Kong is giving us at the moment. Let us keep that in mind. Should the day come when we're like 20 years older and we're looking back at our youth and go like, what did I do with my life? What were we doing during the virus? We're like, oh yeah, we were having very deep conversations about should pineapple be on pizza. That's what we were doing with our lives.
I love that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, hey, we're doing something. It's better than looking at the wall just going like, I'm bored. I'm so bored.
Oh, yeah.
So let's actually not deviate from the current situation, because I think the pizza issue is a lifelong discussion that would always be with us. Coming back to the current situation in Hong Kong, right? So school's out. I'm very curious, how many people are actually kind of, for the first time or generally just never rarely do, is you're missing school? Has anybody like actually come to a point that you're like, oh my goodness, if I get another day at home, I'm seriously going to have to get a book and start studying just for fun? All right. So
he gives a thumbs up.
Okay, so I'm guessing he's like, yeah, I'm kind of sick of school at the moment, or he just joined. So okay, there you go. So probably just joined in and said hi with a thumbs up. So anybody else who's at a point where you're like, I cannot wait for the day school starts again, or I can go anywhere close to a textbook? Everyone's silent. See, that's how you do it, because if you were in school, you would not respond. See, normally when teachers ask a question, you would all be like, great, I understand everything. Can we go yet? Can we leave the classroom now, right? So that you have all successfully passed this test of how bad you miss school. You're actually making this Instagram live like school.
Oh, Hugo says I'm sick at staying at home.
Okay, Hugo's sick. So Skin and Thought says you've actually got school online classes. Yeah, I know. So I know the online class thing, but like it's just isn't it different to be in school and ignore your teacher in their face rather than ignore them behind a screen? Ooh, everyone's thinking like, good question. Let me have a quick thought about that. Because I'll tell you this though, the weirdest thing now, if you ask me, with the current situation is, it's like you don't want to go out of your house more than once a day, but you want to go out of your house at least once a day. Have you noticed that? Because of the face mask thing, is like when you're home, you put the face mask down, and then you're kind of like, oh, do I get rid of it, or do I keep it? Do I wait? But then once you're home, you're like, I don't want to go back out again. I'm done. You started to look like my teacher.
Which one?
Which one? Please change your school then. If I look like I could educate people, then we really need to work hard and go to a better school. Oh, what subject does that teacher that I apparently look like teach? I hope it's something useful.
I feel like you could be like
a music teacher. A music teacher? Well,
yeah, like a cool hip.
Yeah, like a cool hip. Oh yeah, like one of those. Like, hold on, I don't have my stuff here. Oh no, hold on. I think I could do something. Hold on. Oh, wait, 1 second. I got something. Hold on. Even like one of those, all right, boys, we're going to play the blues today. Okay, so what's more important is you got to know that the blues come from the heart. One of those kind of teachers, you mean? I look like an English teacher. Oh, man, Hugo, really? Like, that's the best you could tell me I look like? I look like someone who could do what I'm doing currently at the moment, which is speak in English. Oh, man.
Ooh.
A drama teacher. I mean... So little known fact, right? I tell people a lot of times, even I'm a comedian, but actually I'm not a big fan of acting. Like I had this weird thing where I don't like memorizing lines. You know, so if you gave me a script and told me to memorize it, I would be like, well, I don't want to say what you want me to say. I'd rather say what I want to say, which is usually not what you want me to say. You know, so if you gave me a script and told me, okay, action, I'd be like, but if you told me just write something on my own and kind of act it out, then I'm pretty all right with that. So, Michael, you look like a math teacher. All the stereotypes. Hugo. Oh, man, of course he does. Does it? Of course, right? I look like the English teacher. I look like dude V, you look like a lecture guy. Okay. Well, fair enough. I mean, like, teachers lecture, same kind of deal, just keep talking and all that. So you have that as well. Okay, so... Marco looks like the guy who can give you the numbers. I look like the guy who can just talk to you or / lecture you. Okay, cool. That's good to know. At least we have a future in education, or at least looking educational. We have that as well. Marco's the kind of teacher who comes to class 10 minutes before and never let you go.
Whoa. Okay. For the record, if I was a teacher, I would be like, I'd let students go. On time. Just like put it out there.
Yeah. Okay, well, me too. I mean, one thing I hated was when the class is over and the teachers have to, like, keep you there for another 2-3 minutes. You're like, come on, look, I gave you my time sitting there waiting for you to finish talking. Now let me go. It's my time now, right? So, yeah. But I would say if like, I do sometimes go to schools and teach, like, extracurricular activities and everything, but I definitely would not see myself as a guy who's like, okay, everyone sit down. We're all going to sit and listen to me talk for the next hour kind of a guy. Maybe that's just not something I'm into. But then again, I only look like an English teacher, so what would I know?
That would probably just like write on the board.
Yeah, just keep writing, right? And everyone's just like, oh, okay, you do your thing, I'm going to keep writing, so I look smart. And when the principal walks past, they're like, wow, this guy really cares. Oh, man, nice. So another thing I'm very curious actually is like, we've talked about, okay, so we've done food, we've done resources, right? Now, the key over here is basically how many of you guys are basically finding that you every day have to plan what you want to do for the rest of the day or you just basically whatever happens, I'm going to do it. Hold on. Hugo just said the last 2 minutes of class, teachers would be like, now let's talk about, all right, Hugo, I like that point. So what you will find is, Hugo, these types of teachers are much like the people who just can't stop talking when you are like, okay, I'm going to go now. They're like, oh, no, blah, 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 and they keep talking, and you're just like, oh, I need to finish this conversation so I can go somewhere. So that happens well with teachers. So what you do is you look extra interested, and then all of a sudden, you just kind of go like, this is so cool, but I need to learn other stuff now. And then just slowly moonwalk away. You just fade away, and the teacher will keep talking. All right, so coming back to the point we were just discussing is that, so how many people have basically every day, you wake up and you got to kind of think of like, what am I going to do with my day today? Or are you basically just like, whatever next happens, I'm going to deal with it. So is your day pre-planned more nowadays so you don't end up being bored or something? Or do you basically just do whatever comes in front of you? So, for example, if you wake up and you suddenly get a message from your friend that, I need help on this, you will help with them? Or do you wake up and go, like, okay, today I'm going to read this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to buy the stuff, I'm going to get that done? How many people are more pre-planned nowadays that you're kind of self-managed?
I feel like I'm much more pre-planned
these days. Yeah?
Yeah, it's like... I was thinking like when to take a toilet.
Of course, with the paper shortage, I mean, that is very important now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I told
myself to study.
And then ended up with Netflix?
Tomorrow.
Yes. I feel like that happens a lot. Like Netflix has some magic power
to suck you into them.
So I think what Netflix does right is that they give you so much choice that you end up with what we call analysis paralysis. So you end up just constantly looking for what to watch, and you watch nothing. You just watch preview after preview, right? And in that way, you kind of feel like you watched something, but you didn't really watch anything, but you got to watch everything kind of way. So yeah, Netflix definitely has that drawing power because it's all there, and it's just like one click away. It's kind of like, like Facebook, where you don't really read anyone's posts, but you just constantly scroll and just see what is that next item that pops up.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I feel like you end up just watching like things you watched before. Like for me, it's like Friends.
Friends.
I've watched it so many times, but I'm binging it again.
Yeah. Because that's tried and tested. I'm going to enjoy it. I don't have to worry about this show that I'm watching getting confused. Like, what is he doing? All right, so real quick fire. What was the last thing you watched? The last thing I watched on Netflix myself was Impractical Jokers. Just because my brain was so tired. And I thought, let me watch something that's just has zero value in improving my life. So what better than watch a bunch of guys make fun of each other?
I really liked the episode. Where there was like the guy who came into a restaurant and they had to sit in with like strangers.
And just take their food?
And like...
Oh no, they had to stay there.
And pretend...
Like they were there.
They had
to compete how long they could last until the strangers asked them to leave.
Oh yeah, you have to stay there until it gets so awkward that strangers no, I'm going to acknowledge what's going on over here.
Yeah. Dude, there was this guy. I think he stayed there for the whole meal.
Wow. Fair enough. Some people are kind of okay, you want to join us? Fine. I mean, I could use a new friend. I don't really care. Nice. I mean, so Hugo just said that he gets hooked onto TikTok and just watches video after video. So I didn't even install TikTok. I was like, no, I'm not even going there, because I know once it starts, every moment you have to spare, you're gonna burn it up using that app just to find stuff.
Oh yeah. I haven't really installed TikTok.
Yeah, I think that's the magical trick that you do. Just don't even start, and you'll be just fine.
Yeah. Okay, so Vivek. What's one thing you found surprising? Or since you discovered, since you're stuck in your home so much?
What I've surprisingly found is that I've got a lot of dusty spots in my room. That a lot of places I never noticed, and I'm like, oh, it's dust. Oh, that's dust too. And I'm like, wow, I'm in a pretty dusty room. This is crazy. So that's one thing I found a lot. I've also found that it's really weird when you basically are in the same place for a long period of time, and it's not because you need to be there, but you're kind of like, well, where am I going to go? That kind of deal. So yeah, I've noticed a lot of dust. And unfortunately, I have this weird thing where I don't like doing stuff if it never ends. So I like to have an ending to it. So what I find is dusting my room never ends because I'll dust it today and then tomorrow the dust is back. And I'm like, wait a second. What's going on over here, right? And then so my trick is you light your room in a certain way so the spots that are dusty don't get lit up. And it's like, oh, is there dust anymore when you can't see it? So yeah. Ooh, DC or Marvel? Now that, Nathaniel, is a very good question. When you ask someone DC or Marvel, you basically ask them, do you have good taste or bad taste? So I'm a DC guy.
Ooh.
Yeah. Marco, you?
I really like the Batman movies.
I really like the Batman movies.
Yeah.
Like the one with Christopher Nolan, not like the new ones.
Not like the new ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The old one begins and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah. But I feel like the Marvel movies have been a lot better recently.
Yeah. So I think
I'll go
with Marvel.
So I think maybe if like you're saying that the Marvel movies are better, I think perhaps there are a few things you need to take care of. Number one, it's time to change your prescription in your glasses because you're probably having really bad eyesight. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, Hugo. Oh, going straight up. Oh, man. Oh, everyone's Marvel. Me, Marvel that, Marvel this. You people. That's okay. I mean, like, someone's going to watch those movies, right? So, it's okay. So, I'll say this. So as we're going back to the one point is that, real quick, is you asking the one thing. So, yeah, dusty. Like, I never noticed how much dust I had in my room until I had time to look at every corner and go, like, that's dust, too. Wait a second. I have a lot of dust. What's going on? When did I start collecting this? Yeah, So that's the one thing I've noticed that really does annoy me because then I start dusting, and then when you dust one spot and it's kind of clean, then the other spot looks even dirtier because, like, well, I can't have dust here and not there. So either you don't or you do. So that's the one thing that I've been stressing out about. It's trying to somehow either clean up the dust or avoid noticing it.
I think the easier option is to avoid.
Yeah, so, and that, my friends, is the wonderful, fantastic, what people think is a fun life of the comedian. Is that you notice things that you shouldn't or don't need to, and then you end up getting worried and stressed out about, like, oh my god, what am I going to do with this dust? That kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Awesome. So what's one tip you have for people who are stuck at home?
Honestly, I would say this is a really good time to kind of rethink your life or basically think of the strategies of what you want to do when you can start freely going out again. So what I really have been doing, honestly, is that I've kind of taken all the books I used to read before and I'm kind of rereading them to see if I get any new insight. I mean, from a really geeky point of view, for example, I have... I'll use like one of the books that I'm rereading now is this book called Cracking Creativity. Oops, sorry.
I think it's upside down.
Yeah, I just realized. And it splits because of the camera, but you guys can beat it. So this book is like, it's really cool. It's about creativity. And so what you'll notice is this book, actually, I've tagged it a lot from way before. So this book actually is so old that, like, for example, the papers are kind of yellow and everything. It's gone old, and I read this back when I was in university, and I can have proof that the copyright is 2001. There we go. Wow. So this is like old, so I'm like rereading it, kind of like respicing up my creative thinking and stuff like that. So I would say the one thing, honestly, from a very healthy point of view, is use this opportunity to kind of rethink, like, okay, what is it that I would rather be using my time for? Because when you're out and about, your time just zooms by, right? You're running around, you're at school, you come back, you do your work, oh, the day's over, I'm waiting for Saturday. But now that you're kind of stuck at home, you save on, let's say, travel time. You save on, a lot of things that you'd be doing outside. So take this moment to maybe think about, do I want to read more books? Do I want to maybe go online? Like I go to a YouTube channel called Crash Course, and they have like 10-minute video clips about some topic like psychology or computer games and stuff like that. And then more from a knowledge point of view. So I would say there's a lot of stuff you can do to kind of like grow your mind rather than just sit here and be like, I don't know what to do, I'm so bored. So that's the one thing I'm doing myself as well. Like I'll watch a lot of TED Talks. I'll watch a lot of like short videos and just stuff like that, just to kind of like say, oh, I never knew that. Oh, now that I'm here, let me learn something different. So yeah, that's definitely something I highly recommend everyone take advantage of now.
Mm-hmm. I think like one thing that I really like about what's going on. There's more time for yourself. So like you're able to like have more space to think. Like, okay, what am I really doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you realize that there's some things I really enjoy, so you spend more time like reading that book, or like watching those videos.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
Hugo Chen.
Hold on, Hugo. Let me see if I can look at your profile or something. No, I'm trying to remember, Hugo. Like, so another fun fact about me is that I have a terrible memory, especially when it comes to basically remembering anything. So, for example, what's your name again? Hugo. There we go. See? Boom. Right there. Prime example. So, Hugo, where do I remember you from? Can you remind me? Hugo's probably thinking, like, where do I know you from? But, Marco, like, you're really true, really right in the sense that now that you have more time for yourself, it's a really good time to basically, honestly, like, from a very, like, healthy point of view, like, self-reflect, what do I want to do with my life? But I think it's also one of these moments where you kind of think and realize and appreciate a lot of things you had before that you took for granted. And now you realize, wow, just being able to go out. Oh, yeah, creative secondary school. So I've been to your school to give that talk, right, for the English class, I believe. Yeah. Well, so I can tell you, so Hugo, I can say this, like, I'm very lucky to be able to go to a lot of different schools to give talks. And so usually what will happen is, like, after I give that talk, after 10 minutes, I'm going to forget where I was already. So you have a 10-minute span of me going like, oh, yeah, I know you. Yeah, so hopefully that's one tip that everyone can use as well for what to do while you're kind of stuck in this environment of home.
Yeah, so I think we have around like 5 more minutes.
Yeah, we can do a quick
fire. Do you guys have any questions for us?
Yeah. So feel free to shoot questions. We've already discussed. So in case you're wondering what are topics that we are comfortable discussing, pineapples on pizzas, something we've discussed. The art of showing off your toilet roll rather than your car. The power of noticing dust in your room. Things like that. So as you can see, it's highly intellectual discussion that we're having at the moment. So if you do want to ask questions of the higher IQ level, I think this is the right chat room to do it. So if you have one of those really grand scheme questions, like, the meaning of life and everything, then yeah, that's what Marco and myself are really good at answering.
Oh, and also whether bubble tea should be on pizza.
Yes, exactly. So these are the questions that we really are working hard at resolving, because we know at the end of the day it will make the world a better place. So teach Marco how to tell a joke. All right. So I think teaching Marco how to tell a joke would be too specific to why am I only teaching him. I'd be like, Marco, so this like that joke, because people can hear me. But honestly, you know what? To anyone who says, how do I tell a joke and everything, just think of it this way. a joke is not like, not who's there kind of a deal. It's more like you're telling someone something from a different angle that they never thought of, and they kind of go like, oh, okay, that's pretty weird. For example, like earlier on, Mark was discussing about the toilet paper issue or having spaghetti and stuff like that, and just the idea of like, cooking spaghetti every day because it's easy, that can become a joke in itself. For example, when you cook your spaghetti, do you use oil, do you use water, and how chewy does it have to be? Do you slurp your spaghetti? Do you go... Do you do one spaghetti at a time? Like, imagine you were a spaghetti connoisseur. Just like, the red wine drinkers, they're like, let me keep it in my mouth, that kind of stuff. So imagine Marco, he's telling you about the art of spaghetti, and he's like, okay, so now take one strand of spaghetti, put it in your mouth, and swirl it around. Feel the flavor of the spaghetti. What you will notice is the strand is rather, what's the word? Lengthy. Lengthy. Say it after me. Lengthy, So it's just Marco describing the art and enjoyment of spaghetti probably will make a lot of people laugh because that's how absurd it is. So Marco, I tell you, like real quick, if you want, just tell us the enjoyment that you have from eating spaghetti.
Okay.
Okay. Try to describe it so I can visually see.
Okay.
Okay.
So what I do is I take my fork.
Yes.
And it's poke in the spaghetti. Slide a spoon underneath. And like slowly twirl it. And like really need to twirl it. Yeah.
Do you have some romantic music behind when you're doing that?
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like you're dancing with the spaghetti, right?
I like it. Yeah. And then twirl a little more. And then I lift it up. Just like I'm lifting my baby.
Ah.
It's like something precious.
Yeah.
And then
there you go, exactly.
I just
and you just eat it.
Yes, stuff in my mouth.
So that in itself would be the first draft of the joke. It's like you say, so I was alone in my house by myself, and I said, tonight's the night where the spaghetti and myself are gonna get friendly. Right? You get your fork, you stab the spaghetti, you're like, bad spaghetti, right? And then you wake it up, and the spaghetti's like, and then you start dancing with a little twirly. There's some swing music in the background. You're twirling the spaghetti. You're like, you and me, baby. Oh yeah, you swirl it out, you pick it up like a little baby, like, oh, who's a good spaghetti? Okay, you're a good spaghetti, and bam, you eat it, and you're like, that's some good spaghetti. So that would be like the beginning and way you would make it a joke. So just like you said, the story of you eating spaghetti could become really funny, and you're halfway there already.
Nice. All right. I should be calling you teacher then.
I only teach English apparently. I can't do any other stuff. So real quick, we got some questions. Loretta just says how can we be confident during presentation or a comedy show? Even sometimes nobody have reaction after you said a joke, but how can you build confidence on the stage? So Loretta, real quick, basically this comes through experience over time. The more you do it, the more you get used to it. It's kind of like saying skateboarding, In the beginning, you're like, oh, I'm so shaky. Am I going to fall? What's going on? But you start to build it after a while. You're like, hey, you know what? No matter how shaky it is, I will just somehow balance. So same with comedy or any presentation, that the more you do it, the more you kind of go like, okay, I will just flow somehow. I won't have to worry about okay, am I going to forget what I have to say? Are they responding? Are people laughing? And you will build your own style over time. So one key thing really is that the more you do it, the more you get used to it, and the more you get comfortable with it, and the more comfortable you are, the more you're able to improve on that, all right? So a lot of times when I tell a joke, people may not laugh. And what I usually do, I have two choices. One is when I tell the joke and I do the punchline, which is the funny part, and people don't laugh, I basically have half a second in my head to decide they didn't laugh. What if I pretend it's not a joke and I continue, and people won't realize that wasn't funny? They will think, oh, he's not at the joke yet. They will keep waiting for it. So that's one quick tip. But honestly, if you do presentations, what you should do is just...
I think we have a few seconds remaining. Hey there. So, we just had a talk with Vivek just now, and let me see if I can get him back on. Give us a second. Okay. Okay, but yeah. So basically, Vivek joined us. Really happy to have him. We have a usual show tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be special. We're going to have something to do with cooking at 5 p.m. So check us out there. We'll be also talking about mental health. So that's going to be really exciting. Can't wait to show you guys our cooking skills and also some stuff about mental health. I'm sure it's going to be really helpful for a lot of people who are right now who might be stuck at home. But yeah, I think see if Vivek is on. If not, then I think we'll just end this for now. But it's been really cool. I'll see you guys soon. Yeah, see you guys later. Hey.
All right. Hey. Okay, cool. So, just so we wrap it up a little bit, I missed out Hugo's quick chat just now, whatever question he had.
I think he said something about seeing you in Creative Secondary. Is that one?
Oh yeah, that was where he met me. I forget what his question was, but yeah, just let's do one of those, those life lesson conclusion things where like the abrupt ending of the Instagram live thing and how it relates to our pursuit of life and happiness.
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, so just off the top of my head, so that's the lesson you should learn in life. It's that just when you think you were just getting to the point, it could just suddenly cut, which is why you must appreciate every moment that you have. Just like the Instagram Live, how we were in the middle of answering a special question, it decided that was it. So time is always something you should cherish, because at any moment, you may not have the amount of time you wish you had or need to do what you need to do, which is why procrastination is our biggest enemy. And that, my friends, is why you should make the most of your life every day and live life to the fullest.
Hashtag deep.
Yeah, exactly right.
Oh yeah.
Last. We'll do like a 5-minute time in case anybody had the last few questions they want to ask. Either Marco or myself.
Okay. So your take-home message is live life to the fullest. You don't know when things will end.
Yeah, but you have to say it in one of those like wisdom voices, like live life to the fullest. You never know when it's going to end. Yeah, one of those.
Can you do it in your announcer voice?
Okay. You must live life to the fullest. You never know when it's going to end.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's I guess the takeaway lesson. We discussed many topics, and we made the most of that hour. I think we discussed a vast range of topics, if anything.
Pineapple on pizzas.
Yes.
Marvel v DC.
What do we look like as teachers?
Apparently, I look like a math teacher.
Says Hugo, the man with the very straightforward answer. And yeah, so I think honestly we've if anything, I believe some of the biggest conferences in the world should use this video as a reference point of what they should be discussing. I mean, some people limit themselves discussing how they can cure the virus right now. But we look at the whole picture, you know. I mean, is it just about the virus, or is it about the pizza on the pineapple on the pizza? That is the true virus of Italian culture, right?
Yeah. I feel like the virus is like a very urgent issue.
Yeah.
But like the pizza thing, that's like an important issue.
Yeah.
And like,
it's kind of
I feel like in life, we sometimes like mistake urgent and like important, right?
Exactly. Like what's in front of us seems like everything that is about life, but actually the truth is there's a bigger slice of that pizza that we need to deal with. I mean, this slice might not have pineapple on it, but the next slice, that, my friends, could be the one that determines whether this pizza is acceptable or not in the culture of traditional Italian homemade grandmother's recipe tomato sauce, not Thousand Island pizza. And with that, I think our time of wisdom, Marco. I think if anything, we've enlightened. We've really enlightened people. I think if anything, we've just earned a whole dose of karma points.
Oh my gosh!
I feel like gurus are on the Himalayan mountains going, man, these guys, we're doing it wrong on this mountain, man.
I feel like on our gravestones, it should write ask the right questions.
Yeah. Oh, and also like has a little asterisk next to it where it says, and these guys answered them perfectly.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, so there you go. So guys, I think thank you for joining us. You're welcome for being enlightened by us. We appreciate you using only 1 hour to benefit a lifetime of knowledge and wisdom. And Hugo, yes, we are back. But are we really back? Because the real question isn't the future front? Think about that one, Hugo. Isn't the future in front when we just want to be, we're back? Yeah.
And with that, I think we can end. We have shows on Thursday and Friday. Thursday 5 p.m. I'll be cooking with a friend and talking about mental health. You know, great combination. I would say.
Yep. I mean, sometimes mentally you're cooking up those issues and worries, and sometimes you just gotta microwave them away.
Yeah. Just check us out. Check Vivek out.
Yeah.
Amazing comedian. The man, the myth, the legend.
Okay, all right. Calm down.
Just a legend.
Yeah. I'll take that.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks for joining us.
See you soon. We'll see you soon. Thanks for having.
See you.
See ya.
Mm-hmm.